Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. Today is Saturday, July 18th. Just getting ready for the upcoming trading week here. Wanted to get you out the new weekly bands and tradable levels. And honestly, just really wanted to go over the weekly bands from last Sunday that I gave you guys. I asked you guys in the comments, put in some comments if you guys have been trading the levels. You guys see me every single week come out here and give you guys the bands that have just been doing absolutely fantastic. I've actually concentrated my trading around just the bands, and I think I took a few trades this week over 100 points on the bands. So I mean, they're crushing it, and it's every week I feel like I'm a kind of a broken record here. So I do appreciate the comments. I do appreciate the traders that are looking at these bands. I know that I get a bunch of emails and a bunch of DMs on Discord on certain trades that people have taken around the bands, around the tradable levels. So I do appreciate that. Please keep them coming. And this week, and I believe next week, we obviously had a pretty decent push to the downside here. We left some unbalanced volume sitting above us, and I'll kind of go into some of the things that I don't necessarily like below price action, but I will definitely show you some things that I'm pretty excited about above price action for this coming week. So let's get into the intro. We'll get into the bands, and let's do it. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. All right, guys, and it's not only the NQ and the ES. I mean, those we already know that are just been absolutely crushing it. Gold has been reacting extremely well to the bands. Let's just start off with gold, and again, this is a hindsight type of analysis here because this already happened, but these bands were provided to you way in advance to where price action finally tapped into them. So I'm giving you guys these bands on Sunday. This is your roadmap for the upcoming week. So it's not like, I'm coming out here and saying, oh, this bounced here and this bounced there. These are the areas that I'm telling you that, you've got a lot of unbalanced volume and the market's going to really struggle to get through them. So we'll start off here in gold today, and let's see where our first tap was. Our video obviously came out right here. You can see the Sunday gap. We came in, first tap was right here. Second tap was right here. Third tap was right here. All really good reactions, all scalpable. I believe this trade here went for about 310 ticks, $3,100 on an E-mini. Not bad. So first band that I gave you at the 4058.1 to the 4032 proved out to be extremely well. Second band that I gave you was at the 4002.2 to the 3971.5. Tapped in pretty good to this band right here. And what kind of reaction do we get? Oh, yeah. I would say that that's a really nice reaction in gold. This is, let's measure this guy out. From the top of this band, obviously you'd have a limit order sitting right here, stop loss sitting right here. 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2. That decision is yours. This one ran for, holy shit, 1,100 ticks. It's $11,000 trade right there. Obviously, no one's going to hold it for that long, but why not? This is, let's just see what kind of risk to reward this is looking at. This gets you the 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. A little over 1 to 3.5 risk to reward on that trade right there. So let's give you guys now some updated bands First band in gold is going to be sitting up here. This one's going to be at the 4072.5 to the 4054.6. Again, 4072.5 to the 4054.6. All right, so there's your first new weekly band sitting above where price action is currently at. And this is your next weekly band sitting below price action at 3987.5 to the 3961.8. 3987.5 to the 3961.8. I think I did something wrong here on the coordinates. Yeah, it's not a 2, it's a 3. All right, and there's your weekly band. So you've got 2 weekly bands new on gold, 4072 to the 4054 and the 3987 to the 3961. Map these out in gold. See what kind of reaction you guys get on this upcoming week here. All right, let's go over to the ES. Let's go to Sunday. Sunday's price action. Okay, right here. Here's your Sunday gap. Okay, gave you guys a level at the 75.52. Our first tap was right. Let's get this guy going right here. Sorry. Remember, this is a 15-minute time frame right here. That's your first tap. I mean, less than a point of drawdown right there. And this trade ran for, these are scalpable. These are my scalpable levels that I give you guys. 16 points, $1,500 on the ES. Why not? Nice trade. Okay, we'll follow price action. I think that's the only one that we hit, because I know we have a level at the top at the 76.61 we never tapped into, so I could delete this level. It did its job. We still have this weekly band down here. I'm patiently waiting for 74.59 to the 74.08. Got a tradable level here at the 74.58. Now let's add another band. These bands are hard on the ES to add. So when you find one, they are super, super important. 75.47. Again, that's the 75.80 to the 75.47. So there's your new weekly band sitting above price action. And I've got 2 new tradable levels for you. First one's going to be at the 75.91. 75.91. Okay, sitting above the band. Next one is going to be sitting at the 75.79. 75.79. All right, now let me explain to you guys this one here. So obviously we've got a weekly band here, a lot of sellers sitting right here, a lot of unbalanced volume from price action on Friday. Had a pretty nice little steep decline from there. Now, on this band, yes, you could take a limit order sitting right here. The only issue is that you've got some really powerful levels sitting up here at the 75.91 and the 75.79. What I can anticipate the market doing is getting a reaction, coming up here, sweeping this liquidity that's sitting right up here, and then taking a dump to the downside. That's the game plan that I see on the ES. As far as this band to the downside, this one is pretty simple. We're hoping to get a tap and go. Now, it could tap and go, come back down, and balance out some of this volume and come up, but this one is nice because it's sitting right at the top of the band. That's your ES. Let's take a look at the NQ for this week. All right, well, first of all, let's start off on last Sunday. Let's get to price action, and we'll just follow price action here. I feel like I'm going way too far. No. All right. Where's Sunday? Let's go to Sunday. All right. So I remember this trade. I remember this one. Let me get rid of some of these guys. I post these in Discord so you guys could see. All right. So my video came out obviously before this. Came out somewhere right around here on Sunday. And we had a gap right into our weekly band. Right into our weekly band at the 29,932. I ended up trying to take a long from here. I actually ended up getting stopped out directly to the tick. I mean, I showed it to you guys on Monday's live stream. I showed you guys my execution, where my stop loss was at, where my TP was at. I got stopped out right by a tick just to go see exactly where my TP was set. It was actually pretty insane price action right there, but it rejected. First band rejected extremely well. And these are tough because this is like, you're just gapping right into the band. That's a lot of downward pressure right there, and it was still able to hold. That is the power of these bands. There's unbalanced volume in there. I don't know how much better I can explain it. It's very difficult for price action to get through. All right, gave you guys a level at the 29,813. Now I know these look like wicks, but on this first attempt right here, you can see price action literally came to the point, maybe 2 or 3 points of drawdown on that level. Really nice reaction to the upside for almost 40 points. We consolidated at this level. We finally broke down. We came right back up, tested the, some support to resistance. And then we came in and tapped into the 29,657 right here. You can see a reaction to price action. Wasn't a bounce off of here, but there was a lot of downwards pressure. But if you jump down to the 1 minute, go look at the 29,657, still good for 20 to 30 points, which these tradable levels are built for. And this one, I mean, this one was picture perfect. 29,549 to the 29,472. We literally tapped in right on price action on Monday, and we reversed from here almost close to 300 points, maybe 250 points to the upside. Really nice. Came right back down, tested this band again, nice rejection again, finally broke out of this band, had some levels down here at the 29,438. I mean, all of this is just reacted extremely well off the levels. We then came into our next band at the 29,317 right here, and off to the races we go. Off to the races we go. I'm telling you, I don't know what else to give you guys. I really don't know what else to give you guys on a Sunday roadmap for the upcoming week. I mean, I can't. I'm just passionate about the bands. I guess that's it. All right, let's clear these all up, and let's give us our roadmap for the week. Let me just, there's the Gapperoonie. Get rid of this guy, this guy, this guy. Reset the chart view. Let's expand this a little bit. All right. All right, let's start from the top down. Let's put in our first band, which is going to be at the 29,889 to the 29,820. 29,889 to the 29,820. Okay, so that's your first weekly band. And again, guys, if you want to receive my email report every single Sunday, it comes out. It's a one-page report. It's got all the levels, all the weekly bands. Super easy. There's, I think, over 2,500 traders right now that get that report every single Sunday. Just go to my website. It's robstrades.com. Right on the homepage, it'll ask you to put your email and your name, and you'll receive that report. All right, first weekly band is in the books. Let's put in our second band. Second band's going to be at the 29,646 to the 29,574. Again, that's the 29,646 to the 29,574. And our third and final band is at the 28,511 to the 28,402. 28,511 to the 28,402. Sitting below where price action is at. All right, so let me just give you the tradable levels, and then I'll kind of explain to you guys what I'm thinking about here with volume this week. All right, we've got first tradable level 29,874, 29,874. It's in a band. I love it. Next tradable level is going to be at the 29,599. 29,599. Another one in a band. And our third and final tradable level is going to be at the 29,017. 29,017. All right, so there are all your bands and all of your tradable levels for this coming week. Now, if the market decides to take a well, you know what? Let's let me drop down to like the 4 hour. If the market decides to, and it could very possibly want to make a bigger move, some price discovery down in the 28s, 27,000 range of the NQ. The reason why why this is all pretty much blank on as far as the bands are concerned is that all of this price action below us is the previous contract. Okay, well, those contracts have expired. And the volume, the unbalanced volume that's sitting in those, even though there is pockets of volume that's sitting there, they're a little distorted with the expired contract now. So for me, I need to see price action. I need to see a price discovery. Okay. And then on the way of this price discovery, I can find my levels using my AVT system that I find. That's how I find the bands and all my tradable levels, my signals, everything comes from the AVT. But if we just continue, straight down with not many pullbacks, then it gets a little difficult. Okay, then we get some areas, some voids in the market where we don't really have many trading opportunities. As of right now, the majority of the trading opportunities that I see is above where price action has been, where it's already been. So that's the one thing that I just wanted to leave you guys with here on this beautiful Saturday. Really hope you guys have a fantastic trading week. If you'd like to join me in the mornings for the streams, there's going to be a few time changes this coming week with the streams and my Signal members. So if any changes, I will post them on my channel. With that being said, enjoy the rest of the weekend. See you guys for the next trading week on Monday. Take care, guys.